Okay, so let's just give some seconds for our students to join us. So let them join us so that we can proceed. Hi, Sandra, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Okay, so let's proceed. We are live already, so we are waiting for our students to come so that we can start filming. We also have few people on this live, right? So yeah, all right. Let's proceed. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Case Two Live Feedback. Nice to have you guys here. Nice to have you guys here. Please, Sandra, please can you send notification? But I believe they should have known that we've started, right? We are live. But if possible, please can you do that and let them know that we have live. We started. All right, welcome everyone. So we have few people though, but we'll not continue waiting for others, so we need to proceed. Welcome everyone for this live feedback. Um, I just you just have to manage my see my lighting. Yeah, just have to manage it. They just took a night unexpected, but that's fine. Right, so welcome everyone. So we want to appreciate you and we want to welcome you because it's actually I don't know, but I know that that case study too is actually something not like the first case study that we have a lot of people that submitted, right? A lot of people submitted here. So we have few people on that submitted here out of 64 people, right? That passed the case study one, right? So we have 35 people that submitted, 35 people that submitted the case study. So it's really impressive and it shows that you guys are really trying. Yes, I have to, I have to comment that, yeah. So from what we have seen so far, your submission so far, and I can literally say that you guys did a whole lot, like you did a whole lot of things, right? To make sure that you bring the data set to life. That's a whole lot, to be honest. Right? We don't really have, a lot of criticism, yeah, but though you have, but then you guys really try. You guys really try. That's quite impressive, to be honest. That's quite impressive. Okay, so I want to get let's hear from our students, right? Let's our interns. Pardon me for using the word student. So please, can you type in the comment section? Tell us how was the case study two? Tell us, was it easy? Or it so I don't know. But was it, let's use the word easy. I don't want to use the other word, but tell us how was the case study two like? Was it so simple, so easy? Yo, okay, Toluwanimi, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Bidemi. Good afternoon. Nice to have you here. Welcome back. Not die. It can be die. Yeah, you did not die. I don't know if you're the one that I don't know. A lot of comments actually on the WhatsApp group, like a lot of comments. But tell us, yeah, let's be honest now. It wasn't funny at all. Wow. I want die. Thank God you did not die. Toluwa Nimi. Right? So everybody, we just have two people commenting. Just tell us how the case study two went. Like, was it that easy, so simple? Another tell us. We want to get your feedback before we start. Good afternoon, Okubena Yetunde. Good afternoon. Nice to have you here. It was not so easy. It was really taxing, but worth it. Yeah, thanks very much for that. Idara favor, you are doing well, right? I've seen a lot of things you've done so far. And I believe that this is actually bringing the best in you, because to compare with the case study 2 and what you did with case study 1, I can see improvement, right? The advantage was the help improving my skills, right? Exactly, help improving your skills, right? In a nutshell, we survived but learned a lot. That's who you learned a lot. Yeah. So the goal of this thing is to just bring out the best in you, right? Through your expertise, bring out the best in you. Right. So let's get on that. Tell us how was case study 2, because a lot of questions on the WhatsApp group, like beyond the first one. I know that the first one, they don't need a lot of questions. People are just working on their own. But this case study too, yeah, where did I get this case study? Where did I get this data set? Where did I get this one? Right. So it was, yeah, just like someone said, it was really taxing, but it's worth it. Just like people said, it's really worth it. It wasn't easy. Or equal, agu, equal. I don't know if I pronounced that very well. But Olama, yeah, you get that one. Olama said that it wasn't easy, but you survived. Yeah, you survived. Let me tell you guys something, right? For everyone that submitted this case study to, you are a hero. Yeah, we had at some point I felt I was doing rubbish. Coco would come with her tips, and that will be different from what I have done. All right, thank you very much, Sandra, for bringing out all those tips. Right? Yeah. Good afternoon, Abisola Oyewore. Good afternoon, and nice to have you back. Nice to have you guys here. The case study tested my resolve and succinct data for meaningful analysis. Thank you, Amdo. Thank you very much, Amdo Analytics, for a reason. Okay, we have been given 2 months. Oh, we should have been given 2 months for that case study. Wow, it wasn't easy, but I make sure to do my best. Yeah, do your best. That's just the goal. You make sure you do your best, right? Thank you very much for everyone that commented. I didn't get any comments like it was so easy. Like it's nothing. It's nothing. I didn't get that feedback, right? But for you guys to put in the best, yeah, she Emelumugo Amadi. Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know why you are crying. I don't know why that emoji, but trust me, I can literally say that you guys did a lot, a lot. Now let's introduce ourselves before we dive into this section, right? You guys know me already. My name is Chukwuka Chinyere, right? And here with me, I have my colleague and Sandra Sagede, and you guys already know Sandra, but she will introduce herself. Let me know, introduce her, or let me not speak for her, right? But I have another person here, just like how we did it last week. Last week we had Muba and Efasa. Today we have Joseph, who is a data professional. He's here with us, and he will introduce himself as well. Just a brief introduction, right? Let's take Sandra, are you there? I don't know.
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, everybody, and hope
We
we're
know.
all doing fine.
Is everything all right?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. I said, why are we not seeing you today? Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything is all right, but I am not in an environment where I can.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
come.
Just connect. Yeah, no problem.
All right. So good afternoon, everybody, and trust we're all doing well. Um, Lovely comments. So, okay, yeah, introduction. So, my name is Sandra Shagade, not Asagede, like Chinwe would say or call it. So, my name is Sandra Shagade, and you all know me. But again, let me just reintroduce myself. So, I am the lead here, or data analytics team lead at Amdo Analytics, and a data analyst too by profession, a data analytics facilitator here at Amdo Analytics. And yeah, so nice to have you all join us here again for another interesting and insightful live feedback. So let me leave the room for Joseph to introduce himself. Good afternoon, Joseph. So please introduce yourself. You are currently mute. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, Sandra. Good afternoon, Chinere. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Very
The
clear.
lightning is not the best. I look a bit darker than usual on this camera. But that's by the way. Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Joseph Fadero. So how I like to introduce myself, I wear a couple of hats. Sometimes I could be a data professional. Sometimes I could be a low code advocate. But how I summarize myself is a problem solver who uses the tool at his disposal to solve the business problem is faced with. So that's how I like to introduce myself. And I love to partake in a lot of community activities. And what I do for fun, well, some people don't consider it fun, but I consider it fun playing chess. So that's a bit of an introduction about me. I hope you all heard me.
Yes, yes, we do. We do. Thank you very much for that. And thank you for honoring our invitation, Joseph. It's actually a privilege to have you here. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, I know a lot of people, yeah, maybe you know Joseph, right? And of course, I've seen something like "Good afternoon, my mentor." Right? It simply means that he is a celebrity. He's a real celebrity. All right. So before we have introduced ourselves, right, and of course, you guys know Amdo, and of course, what we do here at Amdo Analytics, right? So we have taken a little feedback from you guys concerning the data set. Okay, so I'd like Sandra to just do a quick. Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, just a quick I don't know what you want to say. Maybe a quick introduction about the data set so that we can proceed with the challenges of the data set and then dive into the feedback.
All right. So just give me a second. So
All
well
right.
done again, everyone. Well done. I saw a comment that made me laugh. That was from Toluwanimi. He said that he wanted to die. But you are still alive. The fact that it did not die, that means what doesn't kill you, like they say, will make you stronger. So if this one did not kill you, tax three will make you stronger. So please don't die on us. All right. So the task I was telling Chinwe, yes, was it today or yesterday? I was telling her that you guys really did well. I wasn't even expecting the your performance because you guys performed excellently. You guys really went over and beyond. Um, so let me just give a little introduction to the task. The task says the impact of food prices on the health of people, right? How does the food prices impact the health of people? I don't know. Can you guys hear me very well?
Yes, I
We
can.
can
I
hear
can.
you. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to run you guys briefly through the background. So food prices are a pivotal factor in shaping the nutritional status and overall health of populations. When food prices rise, particularly for nutritious foods, it becomes increasingly difficult for many individuals and families to afford and access a balanced diet. If you're in Nigeria, you would know what I'm talking about, right? The rate at which the prices of food items increase, it's should I say hilarious? It's really hilarious and it's really terrible because I keep on asking myself, how can people afford this food? And we need food to survive, right? So this economic barrier can lead to significant health challenges as the cost of essential healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains may exceed the financial reach of those in low income brackets. That is, those countries in low income, okay, not just even the countries, even the citizens in low income brackets. As a result, people may turn to cheaper, less nutritious options, and which can lead to increased malnutrition rates, undernourishment, and diet-related diseases. We have kwashiorkor. I think there is another one called beriberi. There are different diet-related diseases, right? So understanding the dynamics of food prices and their impact, again, the background. the impact of food prices on health is crucial for developing effective interventions and policies to ensure food security and promote public health. And now, the aim of this case study is to provide a holistic understanding of how food prices influence health and to suggest actionable solutions for enhancing food security and nutrition. The reason I'm going over this again is because while going through some of your submissions, okay, let me leave it for now. We'll get there. But while going through some of your submissions, we observed some things. The objectives here is that you should examine the affordability of healthy diet. What population of people in a particular country or countries can afford a healthy diet? And what does a healthy diet means to you? When we say healthy diet, what does a healthy diet means to you? Drinking water alone, although it's healthy, but is it really a healthy diet? If you drink water from now till just water from now till the month end, I don't know, are you going to really survive that? So, and then as part of the objectives, we also wanted you to analyze the prevalence of undernourishment and its correlation with food prices. Identify key factors influencing high food prices. The reason we put in here identify key factors influencing high food prices is so that you do not just come with insights. We need your insights to be backed up by facts, right? You can't say, oh, I guess that the price of food is increasing because um because okay, let's assume they stopped the importation of foreign goods into the country. So you can't just say things like that. We need your insights to be backed up by facts, by data. All right. And then lastly, okay, not lastly, also we also wanted you as part of the objectives to understand the health implications of of unaffordable diet. What are these health implications, diet related diseases that are caused um because of malnutrition? And most times when people are malnourished, most times it is because they cannot afford healthy diets, right? And lastly, from all of your analysis, you should be able to provide an evidence-based recommendation to policymakers and stakeholders. In this case, your stakeholders is okay at the okay, yeah, the policymakers, the government, and even the citizens, because most at times the citizens are not properly educated when it comes to healthy diet. A lot of us do not know what healthy diet even means. All right. Okay, so that is just the breakdown of the case study. I'm sure you
All
can
right.
go on.
Yeah,
I
thank you
don't know if
very
you
much.
like. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much for that. Right. So
All right.
that just down on the case study, and you from the case study you can see what expected of you to do, right? Yeah, I don't like I was expecting a lot of things actually, to be very honest, right? You getting data because on that case study, we included that you can as well get other data to to back up your part, back up your your part and whatever you want to say, right? And I was expecting a lot of people to actually focus here in Nigeria because, to be very honest, this is a very, let me not say bad time, but that's actually what it takes here in Nigeria. A lot of people are passing through what we are saying now, like malnutrition, right? People are finding it difficult to feed. Now, what could actually just like what could be the reason? We have seen, okay, the reason could be about this or that, right? But I was expecting like somebody, a lot of people to go deeper. We read about malnutrition, right? I was expecting like a lot of things. I know that we can. My expectation and yours might not be the same thing. Just like I am person that cannot be expecting the same thing from any of you, right? So, but I was expecting like, okay, if I was like when I was going through the data, I was like, if people didn't have jobs, hmm, if there is job employment in the country and there is high increase of food, won't people afford it? People can actually afford it, right? I was like, okay, unemployment can be part of the factor affecting malnutrition, right? Because if there is high increase of food, a lot other people can actually, be able to afford it, no matter how much it takes, but people can actually afford it, right? No, I was expecting someone to bring unemployment data set to back up some things, right? Now, what another thing again, we can actually look down if we are looking at Nigeria, because I personally, when I was looking to through the data set, I was like, I was paying attention to Nigeria. Oh, what actually affected the increase of food, right? Increase of price of food here in Nigeria is when that increase of fuel, blah, blah, whatever, right? When there is yeah, the increase of price of fuel, so that's affected a lot of things, right? But let me just stop here. We will go down into that as well. Okay, so just so I don't know, you've gone through the data, the case study. So what do you want to share with us?
Uh, okay. I'd love to see the presentation by the way, but when I got to see the case study, it was interesting, particularly because I knew it's something that relates to the current situation, not just with Nigeria. I think globally there's a high rate of inflation going around in the world. Prices of foods and commodities have significantly risen. So the key thing which I'm expecting to see are like how do we address some of these issues? What were the causes? Things we can possibly do better, and are there alternatives? So I think that could also be possible recommendation instead of probably buying a rice of so amount. Maybe you buy this instead. It's also rich in the same level of vitamins and stuff like that. So that's what I'm sort of hoping to see. But I'll leave it to to you to show what they've done. I also
All
saw
right.
some posts on LinkedIn in regards to that. So I want to say I don't I want to say I think I've connected to some of your members. I've seen some interesting posts before you reached out to me on that as well. So I'll say kudos to the team on that post as well. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much for that. Right. Because I was like, just like Joseph said, not just only in Nigeria, but this thing is just like nationwide, right? But why is it that even though people that are in United States, Canada, they can afford this price of food, no matter how much it takes, because there is access. Let me say just one, right? But let me stop here. Maybe Sandra want to share something. Sandra, do you want to share something about the data set and your contribution? Unemployment data set is very income data sets.
Okay. All right. So most of the complaints from the interns were that the data set is too complex. So we made sure that we provided you with so this is an internship, right? We do not want to spoon feed anybody. We also want you to also do your research, because what's the essence when we spoon feed you? Are you actually growing? You won't grow when you're already, like, when you're always giving things on a platter, right? So we also needed you to go out, make your own research for data to back up your findings. Like if the data that we gave to you was not sufficient,
Hello.
Yeah, I guess it's our network.
Okay.
Yeah, she's coming. All right. So while we wait for Sandra to come back, while we wait for her, we are in Nigeria, so a lot of network issues here and there. And while we are wait for her to join us back, just like what she's trying to say. Okay, so this is intention, right? In as much as we are providing the data set, we are expecting you, to do some research. There's what we call research methodology in your analysis, right? Do some research, try to help yourself. Now, let me tell you something, right? I can literally say that this case study too brought out a lot of skills from you guys, okay? Because I saw a lot of people asking question, how do I do this thing? How do I handle this data? How do I do this thing, right? It simply means that there's a lot that you need to learn, not just acquiring, okay, learn Excel, learn this thing, but learning how to solve problem with it, right? When Joseph was introducing himself, he said something. He said that he is known for use solving problems, right? For solving problems, that's the goal of a data analyst or data scientist or data engineer. Um, just a second. I think I need to turn off my video, this thing here. So you really need to know, you need to learn how to, how to solve problem with your case study, right? Understand your case study. That's the goal. You need to understand it. You need to understand your case study. Very, very important, right? Because I think who is that person? I think Bastin, somebody said something. He said that if he's given an hour to solve a problem, that he will use 55 minutes to understand the problem and then use 5 minutes to solve the problem, right? I noticed something about you guys. You guys, you try to jump into the problem. You want to solve the problem at all. Understanding data set, understanding your case study is very, very important. You sit down. The data speaks, right? Sit down and understand it. The data, ask questions where necessary, right? A lot of people left the group, a lot of people did not even submit because they feel like, oh, this thing is hard, it's not something I can do. But now, let me share something with you guys, right? I don't know how you started your journey, but I want to tell you, some of us we started from scratch, nobody to guide you, nobody. You guys heard Ifasa when he was here last week. He said that he never had opportunity for any internship program like this. That if he had, had such opportunity, that of course he won't even sleep on it till we jump into that, right? But I can still say it again that this internship is bringing out the best in you. Some of you have actually not worked on real life case studies like that, but this is opportunity for you to do that, right? Don't feel discouraged. You are not getting it. Try and try again. Don't be discouraged. Submit, even if it's not making sense. Submit, right? It's not like we don't even expect it to be 100% perfect, because if I tell you what I expected from that data, because it's an interesting case study. I mean, interesting case study. There is a lot you can actually bring out from that study. Okay, Sandra is back. So over to you. Can you hear me,
Okay.
Sandra?
Yeah. I can hear you. So sorry about that. Thought that was a network. So
Uh,
yes, the data sets that were given to the interns were enough, right? But with what me I actually expected was that you would also go out to make your own research and find data to back up your findings, because there was something that I observed. I thought I was going to get it. There was something that I observed. You guys had a lot of findings looking chat GPT generated. So it was as if your findings were different from, or was different from what your dashboard was saying. There
Amazing.
was no correlation. Your visuals are saying one thing and your findings are saying another thing. And I was just asking myself, how did this person get these findings from this visual? Because there is no correlation. All right. So what I expected, let's see. So Sherry said something about unemployment. When people are unemployed, right? And so not just even the unemployment, even the minimum wage. When the minimum wage is not even enough, how can people afford to get the basic things? How can people afford a healthy diet where they don't even when minimum wage is not even substantial, right? So there are so many how do we put it, so many areas to look at when analyzing this particular case study. I don't know if Joseph said he saw some insights on LinkedIn. I don't know. Do you have any? Do you have anything to say? Any observation? Because me, I have a lot of observations. Was there something you observed from these posts on LinkedIn from our interns? What were your observations when you saw these posts on LinkedIn?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So like I said, first of all, I think I saw from a couple, a few, so maybe like one or two people, just to reiterate. So in terms of, I, I saw a lot going on in some of the posts I saw. I saw a lot going on. but I didn't immediately look at it and get as much insight, which I believe I should have. Now I'm just stating from the ones I can remember I saw. If I can see others, I think that would also be good. But from the ones I can remember, I saw some maybe nice design, but little insights from the data. Did you get that?
Yes, 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 I got that.
Yes, I got that. Oh, sorry. Yes, I got that. So I'm currently going through the feeds to look at some of the posts on LinkedIn. Like you said, really nice reports, really nice visuals. But at the end of the day, how do they relate with the case study? Because I think that is my main observation. So many nice, beautiful visual, but still yet they are not focusing on the objective. And what was the objective here? The objective here was to analyze the impact of food prices on health. I was seeing analysis on population. Okay, so what does the population? How does it have, or how does it relate to the objective? Sherry, do you have anything to say?
Okay. And also, if I'm to add, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
Yeah, if I'm to add, also use of color. So I'm also currently scrolling through some of the feeds as well. So use of color. Now, as much as possible, I know we like to make things look attractive and fancy, but as much as possible, especially when building out reports like this, is as much as possible, color should kind of mean something. Like they should be used properly to highlight specific things. In some I can see a wide range of color. Some they do not even highlight, maybe highlight specific portion. Now ideally green and red is ideal. I'm saying ideal case. I'm not saying it's all use case in there, but it can be ideal to show like positives increase or decrease. So in some of the chart I see a lot of green. I can just take it that everything going good until maybe I start reading what the analysis is about. Now I know some of us will use green for Africa, West African, maybe a symbol of health, but it's something to note. Green, red, you should kind of be a bit careful when using them for your visualization. Maybe using a better shade, a shade of it can also work as well.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. So my observation, right? I saw a chart that almost everything that the person visualized is scattered plots, right? And I was like, okay, this is nice, right? But in some cases, please do not use scattered plot. Like every chart, or I think the person had about 4 or 5 charts, and the 4 charts out of the 5 charts is scattered plot, right? Like how can a layman understand this thing, right? Like scatterboard everywhere. Like even I myself, I think the person was doing employment versus population, something like that. I didn't read it very well. But I can't just go there and start telling you, oh, you need to change your chart, you need to do this thing. But I can always comment good thing for you, right? But I need you to understand that we emphasized on this last week, that when selecting your charts, please pay attention to what you want to visualize and know the right chart to select. Okay. I think I can say that you guys try this time, but then learn to select right charts for your visuals. Okay. Imagine having scatterplot. Imagine that you're presenting this thing to God, like people that don't really are not data related kind of people, and they don't understand what you're saying, and you're presenting 4 scattered plots there, right? How do you want them to understand what you're saying? How do you want them to understand? That's another thing again. Another thing again, right? I saw someone that the pictures are nice. There's storytelling on that, right? But then was finding it difficult to even to see what is there. It's so tiny, right? It's so tiny, and I know the person. I don't want to mention your name, but then it's so tiny, right? And the person increased the canvas, right? When you increase the canvas, please pay attention as well. If possible, make it 4 pages. 4 pages, 5 pages is fine. Then you increase the canvas, right? And it was like the text, the words are so tiny for me to even see what is there. If I try to zoom it, but I can't even see anything, right? So this just it for my own observation. But you guys, right, is in fact you guys did an impressive
Okay,
work.
so I have something to say. I actually want to share my screen.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
please go ahead.
okay, all right. So I'm going to be using or sharing some people's work. Sorry, don't be shy. Just hold on. Okay. Um, I'm sharing.
I'm
Can you
coming.
hide my yeah? Okay,
Yeah, I've
all
done
right.
that.
Okay, so this submission was from Miracle. Miracle, you saw my comments on your post. Like I loved how detailed, clear your analysis was. No use of complete is it English. No use of complicating visuals that are too hard to understand. You delivered everything clearly, even though you could have done more. But let me guess, okay, maybe because of the short time, and this might be still new for you because I know you, right? You are not an expert. You are also just starting out, and what you did here was really, 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 really nice. I loved that you compared. You focused on a particular country and then you compared it with its neighboring countries. So you focused on Japan and the Philippines. I love the fact what Miracle did here that I loved, right? Was the fact that for every visual she had on this presentation, she explained it. So she didn't leave me to just guess, right? She explained it so that anyone going through this will be able to understand that okay, this is what this visual is saying, and this is the insight gotten from this visual.
Hmm?
And also, she gave recommendations at the end. So this was like really what stood out for me in Miracle submission. The fact that she didn't just a lot of people were creating dashboards, right? If your dashboards aren't saying anything, I think somebody asked um before this submission, somebody asked, is it compulsory to create a dashboard? I don't know if that was a question, but I remember I said that dashboard is not necessary in this case. Just do something. Every time is not everything is not dashboard, right? Whenever you're giving a case study, it is not every time that you create a dashboard. Okay? Because a lot of dashboards that were created really did not say anything. So there is no need for that. It's just a beautiful art, but it's not, or they were not saying anything. But I love what Miracle did here. For every visual, she didn't even bother putting it all together in a dashboard. No, right? Because that was not even part of the objectives, right? Or so for every visual here, she explained. She didn't just explain blindly. She explained with facts, with numbers. I was saying something that a lot of insights I saw were looking ChatGPT-ish. ChatGPT probably generated from ChatGPT. I'm not going to fault you on that because I use ChatGPT a lot, right? But if you make use of it like for maybe 70% of your work, it's really not right. So you also need to be natural in your presentation. Let it come from you. It shows that you understand what you're doing. Miracle here, she presented her work with numbers, with datas, you know, and all of these, and also metrics too. So yeah, this is what stood out for me in Miracle's own. So well done, Miracle. Like I said, maybe probably because the time was not really on your side. We understand that part. In fact, everybody tried when it comes to meeting up with the deadline. Everybody really tried. So well done. And then I'm also going to spotlight like so many nice presentations here. So I'm going to spotlight Idara Favor's own. Sorry, just hold on. I'm looking for our own. Please, hope you guys can still see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Idara Favor back again like she never left. Yes. So well done, Idara Favor. You know, we said part of the criteria for going or being promoted to the next stage is that you post on LinkedIn. When you post on LinkedIn, do not just write, "Hey everyone, I just participated in the second task of Founder Analytics internship. Below is the link to my dashboard." No, we don't want that. So we said that whenever you make a post on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a platform for you to sell yourself. Don't go out there looking like someone that doesn't know anything. Even if you're a beginner, package yourself very well. Package yourself very well. Like you can see what Idara Favor did. I think a Miracle also did the same thing. You can see what she did here. Although this is not the detailed insights and detailed work, but then she was able to bring out something like a summary of a detailed article on Medium. She brought it out here in LinkedIn or on LinkedIn. It shows that she knows what she's doing, right? So don't we because there are a lot of that. There were a lot of submissions like that. Your LinkedIn post was just so vague. Please, whenever you're on LinkedIn, make sure you package yourself very well. Present yourself that you actually know what you are doing. You know your craft. So, for either favor, I also liked the way you presented yours. I like the whole storytelling involved, okay, not just visuals, no explanation, because people that were just creating visuals with no explanation, how do you want your primary audience to understand? Like, how do you want them to, or how do you expect them to understand what you're trying to do? They won't be able to understand. But then either favor, right? So there was something I observed here. Some of your axes were not labeled, or there were no values. Okay. So let me just use this one as example. The daily cost of a healthy diet and prevalence of undernourishment. So this is actually an insightful visual, but then it is because I understand this, right? So what about people that do not really are not really tech inclined or data inclined? How will they understand what is going on here? I know that you already um left a description of this whole visual, but then these visuals, there were no labels. We don't know which one is high, which one is low, although we can see the point that says so, but there were no values on the y-axis, on the x-axis for daily costs of a healthy diet. I don't know if okay, so this visual is supposed to show us how the daily cost of a healthy diet affects nourishment, right? Is it that the higher the cost, the more malnourished people are, or the more undernourished people are? So we don't even know which one is high, which one is low. There were no values, no pointers. We were just seeing just the dots and points and all of that, but there were no values to point us in the right direction. So please, whenever you are trying to present your findings, take note of all of these things. Make sure that you have your as labeled correctly. You have your titles labeled correctly. Daily cost of a healthy diet and prevalence of undernourishment. I mean, this title can be better. Or what do you think, Joseph? I feel like this title can be better to point the audience in the right direction.
Yes, it can be a lot better. So,
Exactly. So, okay, you said it can be a lot better. All right. So, what do you think she could have, done to make it more better, or what would be a better title, in your opinion?
Daily cost of healthy diet and prevalence of the nourishment percentage. Now, if this was the title and I could see the labels or the, I think the axis that you mentioned, maybe it may fly, but because I can't see the axis, it makes it makes it hard to really even understand um, the title. So I think also putting the year of comparison. Is this all
Mm,
years? Is this all years? Is it for
that's
a
why
particular
I think this
country?
is from
Okay, she kept it.
2017 to 2021.
Okay, she kept it in the He or she kept it in the comments, right? So okay,
Yeah,
that, that some people may not read the comment. The first thing they will first look at
it's the
is
visual.
what the graph is saying, and to be hard for them to spot it. But that's just my own thoughts on that. Any
Okay,
other
so what
addition?
me so thank you very much. So I don't know if Idara Favor is here, but I hope you are here and everybody else, right? So I'm not going to go through all of the submissions, okay? So I'm not showing you my best, although I liked what she did, but there were still some commas here and there. So in my opinion, what would have been a better title is how the daily cost of a healthy diet um okay so how okay so let's put it this way, how the daily cost of a healthy diet can lead to, or it could even be how the increased daily cost of a healthy diet can lead to an increase in undernourishment, something to carry your audience along, right? Because when your audience sees daily cost of a healthy diet and prevalence of undernourishment, okay, right? But okay, so what is going on? What is the correlation? There was something one of my friend, yes, here on LinkedIn said. His name is Jasmine. So he said something. It also has to do with storytelling. The first thing, like what Joseph said, the first thing your audience will see in your presentation or your visual or your dashboard matters a lot. Sometimes when I look at, so I think what happened here was that when I looked at this visual, I really didn't get what was going on. So I went to the visual title, maybe so that it can point me, in the right direction because there was no labels on the axis. I really didn't understand. So I came here and I saw daily cost of a healthy diet and prevalence of undernourishment. Because I am data inclined, I was able to put, is it two and two together to understand, okay, this is what this person was trying to do. So I didn't even read all of this description down. The first thing I saw here was the visual, right? So bring in storytelling into your presentation. What Yasmin said was that you start with your insight. So maybe your title can be um study shows that, so this is just an example, right? Study shows that the higher the cost or the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. This is just an example. So begin with a story, or you begin with your insight, or you have a good title. This is a good title, but it is not good enough because if your audience is not data inclined, they will not be able to understand this. Even to you, because you might think that okay, you did really well, but then your audience are not like really getting anything. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here so I don't talk too much. All
Okay,
right.
so yeah,
Okay.
so I just wanted to say something that is a popular quote. I think it will help us a lot of time because I'm seeing a lot of us try to maybe try so much to impress in graphics or impress by doing different colors. Now, there's a popular quote by Edward Tufte. It states, "Graphical excellence is that which gives the viewer the greatest number of ideas in the shortest time with the least ink in the smallest
Hmm.
space." So, so if
Please,
you
can you say
take
that again?
Graphical excellence is that which gives the viewer the greatest number of ideas in the shortest time with the least ink in the smallest space. In the smallest space. So what that largely tells you is, number one, time is a major factor. Anytime people look, average attention span of an average individual is relatively like less than 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, depending on what you do. Now, in that, when I look at a post, if in 30 seconds I've not I'm not getting any ideas or any intrigue in what the post is, I will first leave. I'll most likely leave the post and go and do something else. So the other thing is, when you're looking at that post must give great amount of ideas. So just by looking, let's take that person's visualization for example. So if the person had done the title and necessary stuff well, it just by looking at it, you yourself, you start to ask questions. Okay, if the is it growth of population or something, daily cost of living and population increases exponentially, right? What can we do? Okay, maybe that's like a topic for discussion. So you are giving the viewer the greatest number of ideas in that bit of time. And also, if you see, with the less ink, so you don't always have to add too many graphics, too many there's one thing people keep forgetting: table is a type of chart. Most people, a table, well, you can say table is different from chart. It's a type of visualization rather. Most people just shy away from using tables because they want to be fancy. If you can present your insight in a table. And thanks to Sandra for also confirming, it was never stated. I also read the objective. It was never stated that they want a dashboard. They wanted reports and they wanted insights and recommendation based on the data. So use case scenario is very, very important. Now, if you do your reports very, very well and nice and neat, ideally creating a dashboard is a lot easy. It's a lot easier. And that's why in Power BI, I don't know if we all know this. If we all know this, but I'll just state it again. Every single thing you do in Power BI desktop is typically considered as a report. So even the dashboard you are saying you are building in Power BI desktop, you are typically building a report. When it tends to become a dashboard is when you start pinning the different visualization, all those were different reports maybe into a dashboard in Power BI service. So you do dashboard in Power BI service. That's just digressing a bit. So if you do your reports very, very well, creating dashboard will be a lot easy. So the first thing you should first see when you are faced with challenges like this, and how I would have approached it is, first of all, what are the key objectives? What are the key KPIs they want to see? Do I understand the question they've asked? So in that sense, if you need more clarity on the question, I'm sure they were a lot more open to you guys before you guys submitted. Do I understand the questions that were asked? The moment I confirm I understand the questions that were asked, do I have the data or an alternative data to answer those questions? So do you have the data or alternative data to answer those questions? Now this comes from the point which Sandra and Chinyere have been mentioning since, where you could have gotten extra data to get your insight. So your typical process of answering analytics question, and this is what I typically do most of the time, is, first of all, do I understand the question that was asked? Do I have the moment I confirm I understand the question, do I have the data required to answer that question, or an alternate data? If I don't have the data, can I find an alternate data? In that sense, like mentioning, linking the reports with factors relating to unemployment, you could have brought it there, and that could be insight. So getting the alternate data, the moment you've gotten all the data required for your report, now the next thing is answering answering the questions accurately and good in a good manner, the next thing you now need to factor in is, are you ready to present? Do you have is your data in a way, is your report in a way that it is pleasing to present and can tell insights and stories from whatever reports that you are trying to use they are trying to use. So that's, if you use those four methods, you will be able to solve most analytics problems. And one last thing I would like to recommend is knowing the right charts to use. So charts, each chart had meaning. So I saw one post initially which was interesting to me, because when I first saw it, I think it was a map visual. There were some interesting, when I scrolled through the tooltip, it looked interesting to see. But when I went deeper into the analysis, I was seeing the wrong charts used in a lot of the other visualization. The wrong charts used in a lot of the other visualization. So knowing the best charts to use, and there are bodies that recommend this. So if you go to a site called Financial Times visualization, they have a visualization vocabulary. So if you go to Financial Times visualization vocabulary, they have charts that you can use for specific case scenarios. Then you also have something called IBCS. They have to be a lot more technical. It was not really technical, but what IBCS is, that the International Business Communication Standard. What they believe is, if you want to communicate message clearly, you have to follow specific guidelines. So I recommend us to check out Financial Times and IBCS rules. So that will enable us to guide us in how we build report. And the key thing is knowing what means of presentation your audience wants. So in this case scenario, just doing a normal report would have flight, not necessarily a dashboard. If you had to do a dashboard, yes, then you have to impress with your dashboard. I think I've said a lot already. Uh,
Thank you very much, Joseph.
Thank you very
And
much,
Sherry, I
Joseph.
don't have anything to say before I continue.
Yeah, no, 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 just continue, right? So that I'll be able to meet all
All
with
right. Thank you very much, Joseph. I just hope our interns are taking notes, because Joseph has said a lot. Even me, I have learned something. He said financial. Probably, Joseph, you're going to. Can you repeat that again? Financial something something.
yeah, so
Financial Times.
Financial Times visual vocabulary. So let me see if I could get the link.
Okay, so that we can also share with our interns. Thank you very much. So he said something about using wrong visuals. I saw when someone used. Okay, we are going there. We are going there. All right. So back to Miracle's work. When I was commenting, I noticed that there was someone, um, Tam, who commented. So this person is a pharmacist and owner of La Carlot. I don't know how to pronounce it. Toothpaste in Australia. So you can see how, because of the way Miracle was able to carry our audience along, this person didn't just like it. She also commented. She showed interest. You can see that even from this, I keep on telling you guys, right? I keep on telling you guys that from this internship, there are a lot of people that are going to be recognized. A lot of people are going to gain this experience. You are going to be recognized by recruiters, by employers, and people who love what you do, and they just want to have you in their team because of these insights that you've been sharing. So please take it serious. All right. So I just want to look at some other visuals. Okay. There's one particular visual I saw. I don't know when I saw that visual, but I saw a visual, I think it was this morning. Really beautiful visuals, if you ask me. Sorry, so just hold on. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm not going to show this person's name. Why just okay, so I think it's not really clear because it's a picture, but that's fine. All right, so I have this visual here. So this visual says average undernourished population by year and country. By year and country, but then I can't even see the country.
I
I
see
can see the
anybody.
year, but I can't find the country. And then this is not even a good visual. It would have been better if the person focused on a particular country. I think I commented when I was going through the submission. My observation was that this person did not streamline his analysis to a particular country or even use a filter so that your audience can select whatever country they're interested in and get insights from your visual, right? So this person, sorry, so this person, I really don't know. So, but let me just guess, maybe this is your first time. I really don't know what to say, right? But this visual is wrong. And just like what Joseph said, make sure you know the right type of visual to use. Okay, make sure that you know the right type of visual to use. There were other presentations, other reports, and thank you very much for touching on that dashboard. If you are told to do a dashboard, you can show yourself, but don't show yourself too much, and at the end of the day, you are delivering a beautiful dashboard with no
Beautiful
insights.
nonsense.
Yeah, you're delivering the dashboard, beautiful, very beautiful, but no tangible insights. That one is you are shooting yourself in the leg. So it wasn't stated that you should create a dashboard. No, what we wanted was a report. Walk us through your finding, right? I'm looking for another dashboard or another submission, just so that we see the errors in some people's zone, and then we try to learn from these mistakes so that we do not make the same mistakes in the next tax. Sorry, so just hold on. All right, so I don't know. I can't find. There was another one I saw. That report or that dashboard just contained four visuals, but yet, and well done, Oku Benna Yetunde. I really loved. I don't know what tool you use for this, but I really loved it. Like, I love your presentation. I love everything about this. I just love it, and I also love. All right, so and I also loved the insight. Right, you focused on the objectives. Although I felt like you could have done more, like giving us more things to talk about. Okay. So there was a particular submission I saw. I don't know, I can't find it here. It was just made up of four visuals with a lot of insights. And I was asking myself, did this person get these many insights from these four visuals? I mean, even I myself, I could not get. Anyways, so that is it from my own end. That is it from my own end. Sherry, what else would you like to say? Your observations, because I'm sure you observed a lot, right? So let's hear from you. What are the things that you observed? What are the things that you'd want our interns to work on in the coming task and even in the future?
Yes, so thank you very much, Sandra. To be very honest, right, you guys have actually said a lot, and I can literally say that these interns they actually they try their best, right? That's quite impressive. I can say that set of people that okay, let me not say set of people, but people that submitted this second case study, like their improvement, right, is better than what they did in their first case study, right? Quite impressive. Well done, everyone. So if you have done this, I want to say that you are a hero or you are a heroine. So you have done actually good. Yeah. So this person Yetunde, I don't know Abioko. Okay, I think I can see her name here. But I can't pronounce that very well. But that person, she is actually she's trying her best, right? Everybody that submitted, I can say that you guys are trying. But this emphasis on know when to use the right charts for your visuals, right? Like just like what Sandra showed us, right? You can see that visual. I don't need it. I saw this thing like there are some charts, most of these things, there's nobody that posted. I didn't comment. I commented most of those things, right? But there's some that I don't even know what to comment. I'll say, oh, you are doing well. That's great and that's impressive, right? I don't know, I know, I can't come out and start telling you, oh, what's this? Why do you use this and that about? But please learn when to use our charts, okay? Not just every chart goes anyhow. Just like that picture that I don't think I shared that. I don't think I commented. Maybe I commented, right? But I can't remember again if I'm the analytics share that chart, right? But what am I trying to bring out here? That chart that person used for good um scatter plots, right? You use for scatter plot for this analysis, and I was even finding it difficult to even understand some of the things there, right? But please learn how to use right chart for your pictures and focus on the insights. Sandra mentioned Sunday, right? She said that there is someone that used four charts and there is a lot of insight. I saw that particular time. I think that person, I don't know if it's someone I'm saying that she is saying, but that person used two different dashboards. First dashboard he posted, I think he posted it on his Medium. That one is just one, right? But the one he posted on his LinkedIn is two dashboard with two different colors, and it's a lot of insights. I saw it and I was not too much chat. It's not too much chat, but then when you look at it, it was like, wow, this is impressive. In fact, I saw it and I was like, wow, this is very, very insightful, right? But once again, you guys really did well. You guys, you well, then it can we can always get better, right? You can always get better. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, right? Do not be discouraged. If you're not getting it now, let me tell you that those people that you are admiring, I always said this thing, right? They all started somewhere. You are admiring the way Sandra is talking, the way Shinya is talking, the way Joseph is talking, and talking about data and all that. So I want to tell you guys, we all started somewhere. We didn't just wake up one day and become data professionals to be able to see insight and look at data and know what to bring out from our data. We didn't just wake up one day and started thinking like that, right? We started somewhere, right? We started somewhere. We didn't have this opportunity that you guys have, have someone that you did an internship and the person is giving you, a lot of credits and you can do better and you can do this, right? But so what I'm bringing out here is that well done, everyone, but then we can do better. And I'm trusting God that the next case study is going to be very, very, it's not, I saw chat this morning, was it this morning or late last night? And the person was like, I'm sure that the next case study, they will not give us data. They will just ask us to go and do this thing, right? Don't worry. We are going to provide data for you guys. Okay.
I
Before we
say
dive
amen to
into
that.
no worry, we need provide data set for you guys. Trust me, I know what you guys can do. At least by now, I don't know about you, but me, I'm saying that this internship is bringing out the best in you. I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. This because most some of you, I go through your LinkedIn and try to share other things you have done and all that. Especially, I think this person that is Yetunde. Yeah, I went through her LinkedIn yesterday to check other things that she has done in the her previous work, and I can be my chest and I can say that most of our job or work that got a lot of views or comments started last week. Right? Is it last week or 2 weeks when they started the first case study? If I'm lying, please try to prove me wrong here. Right? But that's just it, right? So what I'm trying to bring out here, please, the next case study, you will have it before the end of today. And of course, it's not everybody that will move to the third the third case study, right? It's not everybody that. Okay, before we dive into start talking about the next case study and what it takes, because gradually we are coming to the end of the program. I mean, gradually, right? How what will be the end? Though we have discussed about these things during the onboarding, but I would like to. Sandra, you want to share something again? Okay, I understand. So I don't think so because Joseph would would like to leave very soon. I don't know if there is any other thing that he would like to advise you that probably word of encouragement in you understand because yeah, you need that.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you very much, Chinyebe. Right? That's
Yeah,
correct, right?
Yes, that's
Yes,
correct.
thank you, Amdo, right? Amdo Analytics for having me. Yeah. So one thing I would say is, for if say is that you guys tried, you guys did well. Trust me, in this data career, there's constant, one thing that is constant. You keep on learning. So even myself, I'm sure the same goes with Sandra, Chinyere. As much as possible, your learning doesn't just stop once you're done with the program. It doesn't even stop after each project. The beauty of, and one thing I'm liking about from what I've been hearing on how you guys operate, is that you guys give them case study. So the more case study you do, the more you improve on it. So also, be one thing that you would have to be willing to take is feedback and criticism. Trust me, we've built a lot of that goes to some different instances, or a lot of reports that we've even gotten worse criticism and stuff like that on it as well. So it happens to even the best of us, but do not let those things discourage you. Rather, take it as learning points for you to improve. And one thing I always say is, I hope to see us all at the top. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joseph. We do appreciate you. He said something. He would like to see you at the top, right? It's only someone that want the best for you would like to see you at the top, right? So that's actually why you are here. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for that word of encouragement. I believe that our interns are learning a lot from this. Okay, so thank you very much. You can drop now. Let's take words from my colleague Sandra. Sandra, do you want to say something before I would dive? I want to conclude on how next week is gonna be. And let me see the remaining weeks for the program.
Sorry, please come again. I didn't get that.
Yeah, is there anything you want to give them, like whatever encouragement before we discuss about next week, how the next few weeks is gonna be, or should I just proceed at the end? We just close, or do you want to stop? Do you want to do?
Word of encouragement. So what I would just advise everyone to do, um, once again, let me not go into my advice here. Let me just still cheer you up. So well done to every one of you, even those who couldn't meet up with the deadline. Well done. I know that you guys were up to something, but you just couldn't meet up with the deadline, the submission deadline. But we see you, we see what you guys are doing. Do you know that this interns, while men slept, most of them were, conversing among themselves, talking about how they can, solve this problem, how they can finish up this task. So well done. We see all of the things that you do. So well done. Like Joseph said, keep learning, right? Even we are the experts, they still learn. So keep learning. And we believe this internship has provided that opportunity for you to leave your shell, to leave your comfort zone, to learn new things, right? I believe that we all have learned new things one way or the other, directly or indirectly. There is something that we have learned that we didn't know before. So well done, right? So in the real world, it's not, babe, okay, well, yeah, if your work environment is good, they would encourage you, they will motivate you, they might tell you baby steps, but then you still need to put on your armor. You still need to be prepared. Like most times, you're going to be on the hot seat. They will need insights to be delivered within a certain timeline, and you need to do that. So when we give you your task on Sunday, maybe latest Monday morning, and we tell you that submission is by Friday. I mean, we are still being fair. In some places, they will give you a task today and they'll tell you, we need this report turned in tomorrow. So, how would you handle that then? So, well done once again, everybody. So, we just advise you to keep learning, keep studying. Don't assume you know everything. Even me, I do not know everything. So, keep studying, right? So, thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Sandra. And I believe that our interns are learning a lot. You know, one thing I want to tell you guys, right? If you did not meet up with this second task, don't say because I didn't meet up, I'll stop joining the live feedback. You are learning every day. I don't know about you, but personally, I am learning. You see how amazing that I'm the analytics that make this thing for you guys is that at every step of all your case studies, we bring there are professionals, right? Come here, talk to you guys, encourage you, and tell you what you need to do to improve. Because that's actually the goal. When you work on something and somebody is telling you, "Oh, you didn't do well here. You ought to have done this and that," it shows that the next one there's going to be an improvement for you to do better, isn't it? So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for your submission. Those are doing submit. Just like I saw a question that can I still submit? Yeah, you can still submit, right? Don't the only thing is that you will not be able to move to the third stage, but trust me, you need to submit. Okay, say yourself, don't say yourself low, say yourself high. Just a second. All right, so now moving to the next case study, you will get that before the end of tomorrow. All right, before the end of tomorrow, and of course, as usual, you are going to submit on Friday. Yeah, this last case study we gave you guys till Saturday. I don't know if that privilege will still be. We have that same privilege this week. Thank you, sir. So now, we promised you guys something. That after the internship, there's gonna be something like for those that get to the last stage, there's gonna be certificates for you guys. So you are gonna get certificates from Amd Analytics. Aside from the certificate, there's gonna be one-on-one Upwork optimization, right? So if I were you, I would try. Make sure that you try your best, right? I don't know how many of you that know Upwork and you know what it takes. I don't know where you learned your data analytics, data science, or whatever from. If they were able to teach you how you can monetize your skills. Now, our goal and our mission here is for you guys to improve your, show your, improve your skills through real world projects. Aside from that, we try to make sure that you monetize your skills, okay? And that's actually what we are going to be doing here from the next week. Now, let me share this with you guys. Please, everybody, listen. This is important, right? Now, this case study, the last case study will come tomorrow or today. So we have 3 case study for you guys. 3 case studies. So the last case studies will come. Now, after the last case study, the review will be next week Sunday as usual. Next week Sunday, right? Now, after that, the people that get to that last case study, that pass the last case study. Now, you guys didn't have the opportunity for presentation because all this thing we are telling you, you didn't present, right? Now, the 4th week of this internship program will be your presentation. So we might use something like Zoom. So everybody that get to the last case study that you pass the first, the second, and the third. Now, the 4th week, please pay attention. The 4th week will be your presentation. So you are going to, if it's possible, you want to go back to, to revamp all that you have done, get it ready and all that, right? So we will have people that get there to the last case to come for case study, let me say internship presentation. Now you're going to be presenting your case 1, case 2, and case 3. Okay, you're going to be presenting your project 1, project 2, and project 3. You are going to be presenting it. Now, at the end of everything, we are going to get more. There are professionals that day who can judge, because what we are trying to do is that we have given you feedback, but that day is going to be judged. Okay, people that can judge your work. At the end, we are going to give award to the best 3. I mean, the top 3. There's going to be award for the top 3. But other people that get to that third stage, I mean the final stage, you are going to get certificates. All right. I just want to believe that you guys are enjoying the analytics and what we are doing here. Can you just tell me yes or no? Now, just be honest, right? Are you enjoying what the analytics is doing? Yes or no? Let's get that so that we can call it tonight. Now we'll call it today. Okay, I'm just getting one person. I that's is we are, yeah, we are okay. No, I want to get if no honest truth from you, right? Okay, I'm getting like okay, I have 6 people, 7 people now, right? So we are counting. We are over how many people here on this call? So let me get that. Okay, let me believe that you heard what I just said, and you don't feel like I want to type, or you don't believe because it's possible for you to be here and you're not enjoying what I'm the analytics is doing, or you just be like, oh, let me just be there and just see what these guys are up to. These guys are up to the best for you guys. You did not learn all these things from us, right? I don't think we even have any of our students on this call. Like none of our students, because they usually do their own internship program. We don't have any of our students on this internship program, right? We are doing it for you guys. You did not learn these things from us, but we are interested in you because we want you to, get well, want you to monetize your skills, want you to be recognized in the tech industry and the tech ecosystem. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pushing me to do my best. All right, thank you. It's really pushing me to my yeah, as of there. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I do appreciate you guys. Just like I said, people that you get your case study, the third case study today or before the end of tomorrow, you will get it and submit by weekend, right? That's Friday or thereabouts. Then you get that submitted. Now, after that, on Sunday next week, we are going to review as well. Then, up back Sunday will be 4th week. You will come for internship project presentation. Project presentation, then you will have judges. Like this one is not like giving you feedback. Judges that will judge your case study. You get questioned and all that, right? You will present the 4 case study. That why we will not have 4th case studies for you guys is that 4th week, if you want to revamp whatever you have done before, you want to, maybe there's something that just like all this feedback we are giving you, now you want to go back to, to review it and get better, you can do that during the 4th week. Then that 4th week, then you come for presentation. Then after that, the top 3 people get award and every other person gets certificates. Thank you very much, everyone. I do appreciate you guys. And of course, I'm the analytics. Love you guys. We want the best for you guys. And at the end, we want to see you guys at the top. Cheers. And do have a nice week.